and welcome back to Reading with Asha. For today's video, it's going to be my June reading wrap up, and I feel like the books that I read at the beginning of this month, it felt so long ago. But today I'm out on my patio because this is my favorite place to read in the summertime, on this chair that I'm sitting on right now. So I wanted to come out here because June is the first month of summer, so we just got all these good summer reads and it's like my favorite place to read. So I'm gonna tell you guys what I read this month, my ratings and everything like that. I felt like this month started off very good with the books that I was reading. I read some really good books and I also read some like terrible, like a really bad book. Oh my god, get the fuck out of here. What the hell is that? Back to what I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by a wasp that scared the living crap out of me and it would not die, and I hit it with this like 20 times and it literally would not die. So and it wouldn't get out of here either, so I was really scared. But back to what I was saying, basically I started the month off pretty good, some really good reads. I had a really good read, probably my favorite book of 2022, and it kind of made me go into a little bit of reading slump because it was just so good that it was like anything behind it or after it couldn't compare. But we're gonna get right into it and I'll tell you guys about everything that I read. So the first book that I read in June was Every Summer After by Carrie Fortune. This book was so hyped up this summer and I definitely understand why. It's just the perfect little lake beach town romance, and it is so similar to Love in Other Words. Like Love in Other Words, I think you will love this book, and it was definitely very similar to Love in Other Words. Like there was only a couple of changes and obviously the setting is completely different. But I do think that that is a good thing, because when you love a book so much, you're just like, I want a book exactly like this, that feels exactly like this, and that makes me feel the same way. And that's kind of what this did. So I don't think she was copying, or some people I feel a little bit weird of how similar it is, but I think it's a great idea to take inspiration from other authors when you love a book so much and you know so many people love it. It's just a good idea to take some inspiration and like kind of incorporate things into your own story, but it was still very much its own story. So just kind of like Love in Other Words, if you haven't read it, it goes back and forth between present and past to when this couple is kind of falling in love and they're young and they have this like little lake house, that type of thing. That was probably my favorite aspect of it. It just has all the summer vibes. It's so good. It goes back and forth from present day to past, and the trope is childhood friends to lovers, so if you love that, you would definitely love this book. I gave this a 4.75 out of 5 stars. I didn't give it a perfect 5 just because I know when a book is a perfect 5, if you know what I'm saying, and for this one I just didn't give it a perfect 5, but I did love it so much and would totally recommend it a million more times. It's the perfect summer read, so definitely check it out. The next book that I read is by the summer beach reading queen herself, beach writing queen herself, Elin Hilderbrand. If you haven't read an Elin Hilderbrand book, you definitely need to this summer. She also has a really good Christmas series called Winter Street series. So good, but this time I read 28 Summers by her. I've also read Golden Girl by her and then the Winter Street series, and both of them were very good. This was okay. I think I gave it like a 3.5 or 3.75 out of 5 stars because the setting and the summer aspect was so good. But if you do not like a cheating trope, you will not like this book, because it's about 2 people who meet up every single year at the same time. So it's like they're the same time next year type thing, no matter what's going on. So no matter if the other person's in a relationship, married, has kids, whatever. I don't like that. I don't think it's cool. Something that I really do like though about how Elin Hilderbrand writes, I mean, you're gonna want to go to Nantucket after you read her books. But if you like a lot of background and character, like knowing about the characters and learning everything about them, she does it so well. And you get so interested in the tiniest aspects of their life, like what they do for a job. And it kind of inspires you in some sort of way, even though it's just a fiction book. But I really did think this was very good, and I love Elin Hilderbrand's writing, and it didn't take me very long to read at all. I definitely recommend this one. If you like that kind of trope, cheating trope, I guess, then you'll probably like this one. So it was really good. Okay, so next I read a book on my Kindle that was on Kindle Unlimited because I saw this book kind of recommended recently, and it was called A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. And this, I gave it a 2 stars, but now that I think about it more, I'd probably give it a 1 star. I really did not like this book whatsoever because it just felt so weird. And I'll tell you guys exactly what I wrote about it after reading it, because I was just so like grossed out. This was a hard no from me. The only thing that even got it 1 star was the high school aspect, high school drama and family drama that I thought was kind of fun to read, but the rest of it grossed me out so bad. Like, I swear I would read a page and try not to gag. Like, I would gag on so many of these pages because they were so gross. It made me super uncomfortable while reading it, and the male love interest, whose name is Crew, was so possessive and almost like obsessed with this girl because she had so many traits of a child. It kind of seemed predatory to me, and his character literally did not develop whatsoever. So at the beginning of the book, he's still the same annoying, disgusting person he is at the end of the book, in my opinion, except he's kind of a player at the beginning, and at the end he just likes this one girl. But it's really weird because he really is like obsessed with this girl because she's a virgin and she wears a purity ring and stuff like that, and I just was like, why are you obsessed with that? It's just weird. It was just freaking me out, and so many things he would say portrayed her as like having these little girlish traits and stuff like that, and his nickname for her was Little Birdie. Like, I don't know, it just felt really weird to me. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this one. If you don't like spicy books whatsoever, you would probably absolutely hate this book. I think the boarding school kind of trope is fun, but I hated this book. I know some people like it, but I literally couldn't get past like this character and how gross and predatory he was. So this one was a no from me. Okay, next we have my favorite book of 2022 so far. This book was amazing. It's Mary Jane by Jessica Anya Blue. I don't know how to say it, but I got this last month. I showed it in my May book haul. You guys, I just love this book so much. This is actually a literary fiction, and I didn't know that before reading it, but after reading it, I can say that I am gonna read more literary fiction, because before that I was like, oh, I don't really like literary fiction, because I was reading like Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney, and I hated it. But this was so freaking good. This was amazing, and I'm totally reading more by this author. This book was so cute. It's about a girl, her name's Mary Jane. I believe she's 11 or 13 or something. She's pretty young at the beginning of the book, but she gets this summer job nannying for one of the kids in her neighborhood, and at her house it's like so clean. Her mom is basically like a housewife. Her dad hardly even talks to her. It's like that, and this is based back in the 70s in Baltimore. So that's the kind of family that she has, and her house is always spotless. Her mom knows how to cook dinner every single night. And then when she goes to this little girl's house, her name is Izzy, and she's 4 years old, I want to say, it's completely different. It's a huge mess. Her parents like will say the word penis in front of the daughter, and it's just so funny, her reaction to this completely different family. But if you like the found family trope, you will absolutely love this book. This book has my heart. Like, every single time I think about it, I just get this little feeling in my heart, and I absolutely love this, and I would recommend it a million times. There's not a ton of romance in it, which is kind of crazy because usually I love romance books. That's kind of like mostly what I read, but this didn't have a lot in it, and I still absolutely loved it, and I just want a book to make me feel the same way that this book did. I love it so much, and I recommend it 1,000 times because it's so good. Also, the cover is just so cute, but I just love this book. 10 out of 10 recommend. Gave it a 5 stars, by the way. Don't know if I said that. After Mary Jane, I had to take a couple of days to myself. I couldn't read anything else because I was just so obsessed with Mary Jane, and I just had it in my heart, and that's all I wanted to think about. I felt like I was genuinely a part of the family that Mary Jane kind of found. So anyways, next I tried to read One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This is the author of Red, White, and Royal Blue, and they are a really good author. I love Red, White, and Royal Blue. But I tried to read this because it was Pride Month. I wanted to read a book with LGBTQ plus romance or aspects to it, whatever it may be. And so I went to read this, and I got this far, probably maybe halfway, and I just like did not like it. Basically, this is about a girl. Her name is August, and she moves to Brooklyn, I think, to go to a new college and stuff, and she's like 23. So she moves to New York City. She meets these new friends, which is a really cute aspect of the book, the friends that she meets and everything. Sorry if you hear church bells behind me. She gets on the subway, and she meets this girl. Her name is Jane, and she's like so mysterious and cute, and this August girl just really is attracted to Jane and likes Jane, but she's not really that type of a romance relationship kind of person, if that makes sense. But then she realizes that Jane is literally stuck on the train from the 1970s. So it's kind of like a time travel. She's displaced in time. So if that sounds interesting to you, you would probably like this. And I did like it. I was enjoying it. It's not like I didn't like it and I thought the writing was bad or I DNF'd it for any other reason other than the fact that I just wasn't really interested in finishing it. And then I read like the last couple of pages and it's like basically what I expected to happen. Nothing really crazy happened. But I think if you would like something like this, New York City based, subway, whatever, you would probably really enjoy it. I would say about 2 years ago, I read the book Love and Gelato and I read the other 2 books in the trilogy series, whatever you want to call it, as well. And I loved Love and Gelato and I was looking so hard for something that would make me feel the same that Love and Gelato did. So this was highly recommended if you love Love and Gelato. It's Kisses and Croissants. It's about a girl, her name is Mia, and she goes to this ballet school summer program in Paris. And this was kind of funny to me because my niece, her name is Mia, and she's a little ballerina and she wants to do professional ballet when she grows up, and she's very good at ballet. And I'm not just saying that because she's my niece, but I thought it was so funny because they have the same name and it was like kind of a coincidence. And at first I wasn't crazy interested in it, but I'm actually taking ballet right now, so I got a little bit more interested in it because of that. And I thought it was really, really cute. Such a good book. It'll definitely make you want to go to Paris, and it's pretty small, so it shouldn't take that long to read if you just want like a little quick read. But I thought it was so cute and I would highly recommend it if you liked Love and Gelato, and I just really want a good croissant now. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because it was just so cute, a little bit of romance. Right now, it's actually not technically the last day of June yet. It's not even July. I'm posting this on Saturday, so like I'm 2 days early, so I still have time to finish the books that I'm reading right now. So I'll show you what I'm reading. I'm currently reading You Are a Badass. This is my nonfiction book of the month. And usually I listen to my nonfiction books on Audible, but this month I decided to actually just order this one, and it's pretty good because I've been annotating it a lot. And I'm almost halfway through with it, and I'll probably finish it very, very soon. And then I've also been reading Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, but I've literally just started it, so I don't think I'll finish it till like the end of the weekend, so it'll probably be a July book. But they're both pretty good. The Today, Tonight, Tomorrow I'm not super far into, so I don't have too much to say about that. But this book, You Are a Badass, is so, so good for if you just kind of need some inspiration or you're feeling kind of lost in your life. I think it's just a good little read. So anyways, that's basically all the books that I read this month. Not a ton. Hopefully I'll do a little bit better this next month, but I did have a bit of like a reading slump kind of because of Mary Jane. It was just too good that nothing could compare to it. But anyways, that's it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, still give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next reading video. Comment down below any recommendations that you have, and comment the favorite book that you read this month of June. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon.